Good morning, boys and girls. Today we are going to work on the skill contractions. Contractions are a shorter way to say a sentence. You can take two words and put them into one using an apostrophe. A contraction will shorten your sentence. For example, if I used a contraction paired with not for do not, I do not come to Parkview to learn. I can shorten that sentence up. I don't come to Parkview to learn. So do not was shortened to don't. Let's take a look at our following contractions paired with not. Look at are not. We can shorten up are not. Are not is two words. The first word we always leave alone, boys and girls. We need to spell all of the letters in are. Now to shorten up are not, we are not going to the movies. We are not going to the movies. That's 7 words. I can make the sentence shorter into 6 words by stating we aren't going to the movies. From 7 words to 6 words. Aren't. What letter do you not hear? Aren't. We do not hear the O. So I replace the O with an apostrophe and I write aren't with an apostrophe T. Do you see the pair for are not to aren't? Good job, boys and girls. Let's try another one. Is not. Can you think of a sentence using is not? Nate is not late for school. How can I shorten the sentence? Nate isn't late for school. Is not becomes isn't. Now let's take a look at how I would change the spelling from is not to isn't. Isn't. Remember I told you we leave the first word alone. So I need to have all the letters in is. Isn't. We do not hear the O. I omit the O and replace it with an apostrophe. Isn't. Is not becomes isn't. Let's try one more. Look at the two words. Has not. Kate has not had her cake. Kate hasn't had her cake. Hasn't. So I have my two words, has not. We leave the first word alone. We keep all the letters in has. Hasn't. We don't hear the O. So I replace it with my apostrophe. Notice the apostrophe is always right before the T when you have a contraction paired with not. Has not becomes hasn't. This is a game that you can play on the McGraw-Hill app. All right, boys and girls, let's apply what we've learned about contractions. Remember, a contraction is a shorter way to say a sentence. Let's look at Unit 3, Week 1, Daily Language, sentence number 5. Name at the tip top. First thing, I'm going to write the name Dave. That's in our sentence. Now, Dave has a long A where we have this magic E to say its name. Please be writing your name on all of your work because that is a good habit to get into for school. Now, look at the sentence. Dave, I recognize a word within right here. Wasn't. Dave wasn't late for school today. Does it look right? Does it sound right? Does it make sense? Late? That doesn't sound right at all. Dave wasn't late. What would happen, boys and girls, if I put a magic E at the end? You would have to be a flippy dolphin, flip your tail. From late to late. Dave wasn't late for school today. Oh, what do we need at the end of our sentence? Now, looking at the contraction wasn't, we've learned about the apostrophe. Before this word was wasn't, it was not. Look at what letter is missing between the N and T. We do not need the O since I do not hear it in wasn't. I replace the O with an apostrophe, so I must place an apostrophe between the N and the T. Dave wasn't late for school today. What are you going to draw in your picture to show that Dave wasn't late for school? Maybe you will show Dave at school with a clock in the background to show that he is on time. Dave wasn't. My apostrophe goes right before the T. Finger spaces. Late for school today. Pay close attention to your letter D so you do not write a B because then it would say to bay. So make sure your D is looking back. Don't forget that picture, boys and girls.